My name is Helen Phelan and I work here at the Irish World Academy of Music and Dance at the University of Limerick in Ireland. And we've come together this weekend as part of an event that's been coordinated by a new research cluster here at the university. We call ourselves Participatory and Arts-Based Methods for Involving Migrants in Health Research. We know how powerful music is in terms of creating spaces of inclusion for people. But I guess the question that we're exploring is, can we harness that potential for doing research?
Our goal in the research cluster is to explore the use of arts-based methods in migrant health research. And that really means going beyond verbal language, going beyond the semantics of everyday language, to find other ways of expressing the research data, like through singing, through music.
Well, our group here at the University of Limerick created a partnership with an extraordinary organisation called Musicians Without Borders. And what we're trying to do in this weekend is to work with a group who are interested in taking those skills and those experiences and bringing it into the world of research. So can we do research in a way that is inclusive, that is empathic, that is participatory right from the beginning until the very end when we're publishing that work? And I guess our big question is, what role can music play in making that a truly participative experience for everybody involved?
So this weekend is an exploration really of how we bring our techniques and methodology really in how to work musically with diverse groups of people into research. How would we use the works and the practices, the activities that we do as tools for research? And we're working with an incredible group of people, all with amazing expertise in this field, to work that out together.
I'm hoping they can take a lot of this within their practice and find ways to feed that back in terms of research involvement.
Because we are working with experts, with people who work in this field already, it's again giving the extra dimensions about how and why what they do works. What Musicians Without Borders does is talk about why we do what we do and how we do what we do, so that we can apply it appropriately to the different contexts that we find ourselves in, whether that's a geographical context or a political context or a cultural context, age, gender, all of those different things. How do we then take the song that I might have been singing and teaching for the last 20 years and turn it into an activity that's going to be appropriate for the needs of this group? That's what I would like to see happening more within this space. Got a massive instrumental break. Fantastic work. It sounds so wonderful. Really wonderful.
What stood out for me in this weekend is the dynamic of the group and how open they are into musical suggestions, even though they're all like professional musicians. But the facilitators are able to hold a space that is welcoming to all the expertise on an equal level, which kind of makes me more comfortable to participate more. I think I need to be a bit more conscious about what energy I bring into the room when I'm working, because I feel that they bring a calmness of energy that I think I may need to try and learn and bring into my own work. I think we need more weekends like this weekend in different contexts. They don't have to be to migrant health, but I think we do need more collaborations and more kind of spaces to meet up rather than each individual person doing it on their own.
To me, what has really stood out to me is the composition section and also the moment of sharing culture or songs through our culture beliefs and also our culture practices. And therefore the sharing of ideas and sharing of our music, it really stood out for me in the context of this workshop. Playing the drum was a moment of expressing what I have, my skills, exhibiting what it takes to merge Western instrumentation with African instrumentation, and which of course it forms a conduit to my research, because I'm looking at blending Irish instrument with Ghanaian instrument, and that is a moment for me to experiment what is going on at that point. So it was a moment to give out and at the same time to learn as well. I think it's laudable, I believe it's laudable to be part of it so that my voice on behalf of the African scholars or researchers in the arts practice could be heard. So therefore, that's why I'm here in this program.
I mean, my main finding is I'm blown away. I think I thought I had some sense of what this was about, and I feel I've just been blown away that there are so many more layers to the connections between community music, research and health than even I had ever anticipated. I loved the beanbags at the start. The simplicity of it, there was no language, no speaking, but this really interesting and powerful exercise before we even all knew each other. And I think there was something about feeling very safely led by Amanda, and then there was a lot of sort of touching our own bodies and sort of connecting with our own bodies in that exercise that I really liked. Yeah, I think the next step that I'm feeling now is that there's a huge opportunity and a whole set of possibilities. So I think I'm leaving with the sense of that they're even greater than I'd originally understood. So I think for me the next step is just to almost map those out, all the layers of learning and the nuances to the connection between community music, health and research, and migrants' health in particular. We have completed a research prioritisation with migrants and other stakeholders, so I think there could be an opportunity to start mapping and connecting some of the community musicians with some of those projects. That would be really, really fantastic. So it'll just take a bit of time, I think, to digest all the learning and then think about some concrete next steps.
There's hope in the room, and there's love growing and music being shared, and it's nice to see that happening live. It will be interesting to see where it goes.
It's just lovely to be able to be in a group and sing together and learn lots.
Just amazing to sing again and to feel like that like-mindedness about connection and being together and community, and yeah, everyone's just on the same page.
Yeah.
Team, definitely belonging, and I feel like I belong because we wrote it in the song.
A really important principle for us in this work is that whatever we're suggesting people might do in terms of arts-based research, that we model that ourselves. So a big aspect of arts-based research is being able to move beyond language, for example, to be able to tap into other forms of communication. So some of the games and the exercises and the composition and the writing of the songs that we've been doing this weekend are a way of modeling that. Like how can you start working with a group, maybe a group that have many different languages, without using language, and using music and gesture to create a sense of togetherness in that group. There's a huge amount of very professional expertise and experience that hopefully will allow us to create this kind of multidisciplinary team to engage in this participatory way when we're doing research around areas like migrant health.
it's one way of doing research in that way. And this is the way we want to do it, and the way we want to share our knowledge and train people to do that, or facilitate a knowledge sharing where people can get to do that. So it's one way of doing research, doing ground up research, getting those experiences on the ground. And it's an extra layer of knowledge, isn't it, that you can't access through, say ethnography or regular traditional research methods, and it's an extra layer of knowledge, and we're passionate about that.
Yeah.
And we want to really foreground that for people. It's not about it.
Yeah. If we can bring the embodied intelligence of our own lived experience into that space, then our research should be the richer for that. So I think you're absolutely right, Fran. It's not about excluding other forms of research, but it's about bringing this very deep and rich vein of human experience into the conversation and into the research space.